Hello everybody, I'm Michael Ramos.
And I'm Ashley Force.
Broadcasting a telethon is a great way to help support those in need.
But in fact, Rowan University has been providing volunteer efforts for the past couple of years now through the Rowan Relief Organization.
Tonight we have Andrew Perone, who is very involved with Rowan Relief, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about it. Andrew Perone, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay.
So first off, can you tell us how Rowan Relief was initiated?
It was actually started several years ago by a group of students in SGA. It was in response to the tsunami in Japan, and they wanted to find ways to, send raised funds or care packages and things like that. And they started to realize that there are, unfortunately, disasters happening all the time all over the world that they want to support and help out. So they created the Rowan Relief Network that can, so that each time something happens that they want to respond to, they don't have to start all over again. There's already a kind of a structure there to help them do it.
Awesome.
Well, it's a good thing that they organize this. Compared to past projects that the Rowan Relief has worked on, how different is it compared to working outside of New Jersey, working inside of New Jersey?
Yeah, I think the biggest difference is that this is the first time that Rowan Relief efforts have actually done some hands-on direct service to actually be able to go out there and interact with the people who have been affected and help them in person. Previously, it was all fundraising and sending care packages and collecting donations and things like that. And we're still doing all of those things to support the Jersey Shore, but now we're also actually going there and meeting the people and helping them and providing our hands-on service.
That's great. Well, on that note, also this past spring break, I know Rowan Relief actually did some hands-on volunteering. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we had a group of students who came with me in a van to Point Pleasant Beach, and we spent the day at the house of an elderly couple, Jim and Claire. The day that we were there, this was the Saturday of spring break, and it was only 4 days prior to that was the first time that Jim and Claire had slept in their own bed in 166 days.
Oh, wow.
So it had been that long since they left their house that they finally got back in. And when they got back, their entire property was covered in like 6 to 9 inches of sand. And we helped them shovel it out. We spent the whole day shoveling sand as if it was snow, clearing their walkways and their paths so that they can get in and out of their house, digging out their lawn furniture in the backyard so that they can get on their back patio. And it was great. I mean, the students were really great. They were shoveling and using wheelbarrows all day, and Jim and Claire were really nice. They gave us donuts and coffee in the morning, and they were really, they were great. And that's what's really amazing about some of these Rowan Relief efforts in New Jersey, because we get to meet these people, and we get to really see how our efforts are helping others. So it's been really great.
That's awesome.
Now that time is passing by and the physical appearance of properties are starting to improve, what is it like working on the construction of the houses, like inside? Yeah,
it's actually funny. You start out, and a lot of the projects we were doing is what they call gutting homes, or what they call muck-outs, which is basically ripping out everything that's waterlogged in the house, tearing down drywall, ripping out insulation, tearing up floors and carpets. So all the work we were doing was essentially demolition work. But now we're getting to go back and do construction work. So we helped pull everything out, and now we get to go back and help rebuild it. We had 2 buses of student athletes through Rowan Athletics. It was, I think there might have been someone representing each team of the Rowan athletes. Went out a couple weekends ago, and they did some hanging of drywall, I believe, and they were in the Brigantine area. So yeah, we have some students who are heading out now doing actual construction. Nice. There's always a supervisor on site who really knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
So they can take a group of unskilled student volunteers, and by the end of the day, you know how to hang drywall. So you learn a skill along with helping out someone in need.
Great.
Yeah.
So for those of us who aren't so inclined for construction, are there any items that are needed right now for donations?
Yeah, depending upon what agency or organization we're talking about and up and down the coast, they all have different wish lists of things that their community needs. And we collect that through the Rowan Relief Facebook page, and then we try to post those lists there so that people who want to donate in-kind items know what they're looking for. So you're donating something that they really need, rather than guessing. So this way, if they're looking for a lot of times they're looking for cleaning supplies, Diapers and formula are always big ones as well. You can look on the list, see what it is they're asking for, and you can send it to an agency that's looking for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a personal shore memory that is your favorite that you can look back on?
In terms of the Restore the Shore?
Restore the Shore, I'm sure you guys, have fun working together. Did anything happen while volunteering that you'd like to share?
I guess, yeah, well, we'll go with the fun stories.
Okay.
We were in Union Beach, and this was maybe 2 weeks after the storm, so this was really soon after the storm. And Union Beach it's some of the iconic photos that you'll see of some of the devastation. I mean, entire houses were lifted off their foundation and gone.
Mm-hmm.
And we were right there on Front Street, which is right adjacent to the water, so this was some of the most devastated area. And there were a bunch of guys who rented a U-Haul, and they took it upon themselves. They turned it into a mobile food truck, essentially.
Oh my goodness.
And they covered over the hall and turned it into U-Feed. And they just drove around. And
That's so creative.
quite frankly, it was just
Wow.
a bunch of old hippies in a truck handing out hot cocoa to volunteers and helping people out. And there are all these volunteers. We were working alongside people from Michigan and Ohio,
Oh, wow.
and really far off places had come in the weeks after the storm to try and help out.
Mm-hmm.
And there we are standing, on the tailgate of a giant U-Haul truck, drinking hot cocoa with some random lady from a church group in Michigan.
Wow.
Well, hopefully that'll make students want to volunteer. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so
Free
much for
cocoa.
coming in and
Thank
talking
you.
to us.
Thank you.